I'm joining you from Kamloops, British Columbia, in the country of Canada. So if you are in my shoes, you are a stay-at-home mom, your dreams are valid, it's achievable, it is possible to achieve them.
Whoa! Okay, welcome to this session. Today I will be interviewing Adebimpe, who currently is in Canada. So specifically we'll be talking about Canada relocation via the study abroad route. Now, let me tell you a good story. So, few months ago, maybe about a year now, Adebimpe saw us, I think, from Omoni's page, Omoni Oboli, if you follow her, saw us from Omoni's page, decided to follow suit, and boom, fast forward to here. I'm not going to tell you her story, she will tell it by herself. Alright, so I just want to bring her on, hear her study abroad story, so that you also hear it with us. My name is Dr. Linda Iheme. You see how excited I am? I'm always very happy to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Linda Iheme. I'm an educational consultant with Vantage Migration. Myself and my team, we train graduates and professionals who want to relocate abroad on how to do that through the study abroad route successfully. We teach you how to secure admission, scholarship, study loan, anything you really need in order to successfully relocate abroad through the study abroad route. I'm sure you must have heard that study abroad is the fastest, easiest, and most reliable way for you to relocate abroad right now. You must have heard, and if you have not heard, thank God you're hearing it now. So just join me as I bring Adebimpe on board. How are you doing? Where are you joining us from? The city and the country.
Okay, I'm doing very well. I'm joining you from Kamloops, British Columbia, in the country of Canada.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Let me try to calm myself. First of all, I'm super excited. Are you really excited today? I know you, from time to time, you may have, whether you typed it or something, but at least seen other people that are interviewed. And today is your turn. How do you feel?
Well, a little nervous. It's my first time on a live session, but I trust it will go well.
Oh, I see. It's okay. Take your time. Whatever you need to do, you need to grab water by your side just to help you calm. It's nothing really different. It's just that, okay, yes, there are some people watching us live right now. So don't worry, I'm going to be okay. All right. So maybe let's start with an introduction. You can introduce yourself, like who are you, what do you do before now?
Okay, my name is Adebimpe. I used to reside in Nigeria. I was a stay-at-home mom for quite a while. Yes. And I mean, that's the interesting part of my story I want to put out today for people who think it's impossible to study abroad because you've had a gap year in between probably your work or your school, and then you think it's not possible. I mean, this is an evident story to tell you that it is, and it can be achieved if you work at it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Your story is so unique now, it has thrown me off balance. That's good. So let me say, how did you come to learn about Vantage Migration?
Okay, so I stumbled on your interview with Omoni Oboli on her page, and of course, immediately I went straight to your page to search you out. Is this thing for you? How is it happening? How is it done? I think I sent you a message immediately to say, I stumbled on you here. Oh, how can I do it? And you told me to join in on the free webinar, which I did. After the free webinar, of course, I felt, a lot of details. I mean, if this is just the free webinar, then what would the real deal be? You get it? So I was interested, and I sent you a message to that effect that, okay, I want to be on this train. And then we took it up from there.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, let me try to finish that storyline before we go into, bringing out some of the points which you've already mentioned. I think you mentioned
Okay.
something like, having to talk to your friend about paying for our training, and tell us more
Yes,
about
yes,
that.
yes. Okay, so at the moment, like I said earlier, I was a stay-at-home mom and I wasn't working, so I didn't have as much cash at the moment to pay for the course on my own. I reached out to Dr. Linda to say, sister, please, I want to do this your course. Help my ministry. But I also understand the bit that it's a business. I mean, and there are structures put in place. I can't say, okay, take away your business because you want to help the person. But when I didn't get the response I thought I would get immediately, I said, okay, who else can I talk to? So I chatted this friend of mine to say, babes, I really want to do this. I don't have the cash for it. She said, are you sure? I said, well, I'm not sure because this Dr. Linda used to laugh a lot. But I saw her on Harmony stage and I know that Harmony's page, Harmony has a reputation in quotes, and she won't bring in somebody she doesn't trust. So if it's for that, then I'm decided I'm willing to give it a try. So she says, okay, let me see what I can do. So I mean, in a few days, she reached out to me to say, I've made the payment on your behalf. Reach out to Dr. Linda to confirm if the payment has been received. So that's how we went about it.
Now, you said something else that I'm going to ask you about before I go back to the bit of the interview. So, this laughter,
Okay.
did he, like, when you said Dr. Ida used to laugh a lot, like, explain more. What did that do for you? Does it mean, like, in your mind, is it that, oh, she used to laugh a lot, so I don't think this is a serious thing? Or she used to laugh, like, what's the real meaning when you say Dr. Ida used to laugh? I'm interested. I want to
Okay,
know.
so for me, it was two things. I first thought about it that this person that is laughing, can this person be serious? We're talking about study abroad, scholarship, masterclass. It should be something very serious. I should see, bold faces, notebooks, pads and all that. And then I have a lecturer who is trying to pass a message across to me and she intermittently chips in laughter. Okay, maybe she's trying to calm me down. Okay, maybe, so I mean, the laughter helps sometimes in class. You don't know what to expect, you know. I mean, the laughter just calms you down to say, it can't be that deep, sister, calm down, that message is also there. But initially, I felt like, can this person be serious? Because this is a serious issue. You should not be laughing about it. But I got to know that, I mean, it's part of your character and it's a unique selling point. So,
Somebody said exactly my feeling about Dr. Lina. Okay. Let me try to bring my serious face.
no. It's a unique selling point. It's what differentiates you from other people. So, I mean, go on with it. It's fantastic.
It's okay.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the
Yeah.
feedback as well. I always love to hear feedback. So, you've three most important things I took away from your story. Okay, maybe before I go into that, let me ask you more. So, before you met us, were you thinking of traveling abroad, or like have you tried before?
Yes, I have. I can remember if you check the first mail I sent, I said that I was already processing the University of Winnipeg admission at the moment, but I felt like joining in on the program would give me more information that would make me have an advantage, in the process of selection. So that's why I joined in. But unfortunately, I mean, that admission did not favor me because I had gone a long way with it before I joined in on the masterclass. So I mean, after taking your course, I had a more understanding of what to do and how to do it. And then I launched out again and I got this one.
I see. Thank God that you did not even say let you wait at first and finish that whole cycle before you start, right? More waste of time. So that's
Definitely.
excellent. That's excellent. Okay, thank you. So from what from like the summary of the story, so you heard about us from Amoni's page, you decided to take the leap of faith. Uh, Before then, like you brought out that idea that you stay at home mom, because it's good to mention that, because some people, they are in your shoes and they feel like I have people ask me questions like that, like, for the past, I graduated 10 years ago, I graduated 8 years ago, I graduated 5 years ago, and I've been at home. You know, like, they worry so much about that because they feel like maybe because they've not been working or it's long time since they graduated that it's not even possible for them to get admission. Like, this is what they have in mind. So it's important to bring that out. And then you talked about having a gap year, which still linked to, you know, being a stay-at-home mom. Then you talked about your friend helping you when you felt like, oh, this is not something you could afford at that point in time, whatever the reason was, whatever the case was. So let me just take them one after the other. So for let me put it this way. You know, when you mentioned being a stay-at-home mom, what do you think is the, should I say, maybe the mindset or something that could stop a stay-at-home mom from thinking of studying abroad or traveling abroad or relocating?
Okay, so one thing for me, or let me say generally, the first thought that comes to your mind is, how long have I been at home? And how do I want to explain those number of years on my resume to anybody who wants to take me? You know, so usually the issue, whether it's you being a stay-at-home mom or you haven't gone to university for a long time. So mine was both. The last time I graduated was 2010, you know, and after 2010, I worked for a bit. Just a bit. And after doing my work time, I had my children. I had a set of multiple children. So I had to stop working, you know. So, I mean, combining that length of time for the gap between when I studied and the gap between when I had my children and now, it seemed very impossible to venture on this program to say, nobody will take you. How do you explain that number of years to anybody? What will you put in there? You know, some people will say, or do a volunteer job, which is some of the things you encouraged us during the program. You know, have an internship. It doesn't have to be paid. You know, you could do a volunteer, you could work for free. You could walk up to an organization to say, can I just do this, you know, without being paid for it? That's one of the reasons how you can overcome that. But it's possible, very possible, if you calculate well and get the right information from the right sources.
Yeah. So, you know, from 2010 to this is 2022, but let's just say if we calculate up to 2021, we're talking about 10, 11 years, you know,
Yes,
gap.
yes.
So first of all, I'm happy that, you know, you were able to believe in yourself that it's like, this is even possible, and you started trying. Because if somebody doesn't try something, the chances that it will work is zero. Like, it's not going to work because the person didn't try. But you trying now opens up that possibility of it's going to work, it's not going to work, you know, like a 50-50 thing. And then with the right information, it makes the percentage of it working even way higher. So yeah. So for anyone who is a stay-at-home mom wondering whether relocation abroad or study abroad is for stay-at-home mom, at least they are seeing a living witness that thing that the person that has worked for. Because some people, their gap is not even up to 10 years. I've seen people may say maybe 5 years. In fact, somebody told me that they said after 2 years you can no longer get admission. I said, where is all these rumors flying from? You know, and like there's so many rumors out there. Somebody told me that after 5 years you can no longer go abroad or something, like stuff like that. Sometimes that rumor can be borrowed from another profession, let me give you an example. Like I know that for medical doctors who are going to US to continue to practice, there's this thing about 5 years from the time you finish to like 5 years, there's something. So somebody can easily hear something like that and just take it and, you know,
and relate it to every other profession.
Yes, just link it everywhere. And even that one is not as if after 5 years it's no longer impossible. It just becomes harder for them. But this is something happening to somebody in a specific profession, going to a specific country. It may not be the same person if that doctor is going to US, say to Canada or to UK, for example. If this is happening to them, if they are going to US. But it's so easy for misinformation to scatter everywhere, reach everybody, and the person is so scared. And that fear sometimes can paralyze them, like paralyze the person from taking that first step. So, congratulations.
I agree. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So now you talked about, being stay at home is one thing, having a gap year is another, and it can be different for different people, as we mentioned. So um, I would say, how did the masterclass help you despite you having a gap year?
Okay, so first and foremost, I mean, the first two classes of the master class was for our mindset to first of all change. Like it is possible. Whatever your dreams are, they are valid, and it is possible for you to achieve them. So going on with that mindset alone has opened up your mind to the possibility that this thing, I can actually do it. She didn't start out to start saying, oh, the first topic I'm going to be teaching you today is migrating to Canada. No. The first thing she talked about was your mindset. Whatever mindset you've had in the past, whatever mindset you came to that course with. Some people just came with the mindset that, let me just go. They say this one is working. Let's see whether it will work. I've done this before. I've been to plenty agents. That's how they all say. Let me try this one out. So she addressed our mindset, which was very key for me. Even though I had started on my journey before I joined this master class, it just gave me another form of confidence that I was doing the right thing. And if I stay at it, I could achieve it. Then, the next thing she talked about on that master class that I could vividly remember was there are various countries to go to. Why do you want to go to the country you are choosing to go to? So if you are able to determine why you are going to that country, is it just to read and come back home? Is it for immigration purposes? Do you intend to stay there afterwards? She talked about different factors that could form your opinion as to which country you want to go to. When you have decided which of those factors are working for you, then you decide your country. When you have decided your country, she talked about, it looks like I'm already selling the course on the Dr. Linda. Nobody wants to join again. Let me summarize.
It's okay. That's fine. Well, thank you. Sometimes I even want, sometimes thank you for stopping, and thank you for the ones you shared, because sometimes I'll just be listening. I'll just be, me too, if I'm carried away as I'm listening to what you are saying. It's really interesting. Okay, so
It's
I
okay.
don't know if...
So in summary, I mean, having gone through that, in summary, the things I took away the most for me was I was able to distill from all the over 100 universities in Canada to the ones I wanted, using the course that was based on your program of best fit. And that means, where are you at the moment in this season of life? How is it related to what you want to study? How is it related to what you were studying before or where you are working? I sat down and asked myself those questions, and having answered those questions, I was able to say, this is my program of best fit for this season of my life. And then I went ahead to look for the university that had them. So that was it.
Wow, that's excellent. What course are you studying now?
Human resource management.
Wow. Sorry, let me ask, what made you choose the course? Because now you said, I know you said you worked a little bit at the beginning after you finished. What did you study before?
Okay, at the university, I studied international relations.
International relations before. Then, you moved to the stay-at-home mom stage, which is a very... Being a mom is a full-time job.
I need to tell you the link, Dr. Linda. From my international relations background, I when I was in the university, I don't know if you've heard of ISEC.
Yeah.
Okay, so ISEC is like an international platform for students to take exchange around the world. So I took an exchange program in a French-speaking country. And at the time, yes, in Côte d'Ivoire. And at the time, I was able to, I got a job opportunity with a HR consulting firm in Côte d'Ivoire. So that was the beginning of my love for human resources. So when I got back to Nigeria and after service, the first job I did before I went on maternity leave in Côte was in a HR consulting firm. So, I mean, I already had the link somehow before I took up the course.
You just, pounced on that.
Yes.
Your past experience. Wow.
Yes.
That's awesome. Whoa. This is good. I'm so happy for you. And one thing I always is that when somebody goes, let's say, take our training and they understand the process, right? It's like you now see them as if they are playing chess, like making moves.
Mm.
Like you are in charge of your life. You're able to do what you need to do. Like, you know, some people, they would think that most sense when we talk about success story, like it means Dr. Linda copied link, gave to the person now went to go apply for that program. That's not how it works. So, but it's like multiplying myself. It's like getting this person to do what I would do if I was there. She's let me put it that way. So instead of it being that Dr. Linda is helping you, is that you have what it takes to help yourself.
To help yourself. Yes.
That's really excellent. Good. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now let's go to something else, which is what you mentioned. You know, there are a lot of people that they may come across something that will help them in life. It may be Vantage Migration Masterclass. It may be something else. But sometimes they don't realize that, yes, you may not have all the money that is needed. But, you know, when they say your network is your net worth, you know that thing. It's not everybody you reach out to that is going to say yes. Even somebody may just... you may reach out to somebody and they're giving you discount code of something they found. They didn't give you raw cash, but they're giving you something that can help you reduce the money you're going to spend. But it's so important to reach out to people, to reach out to anybody you know that, oh, you've been friends with this person in the past. Now you have a problem, instead of just keeping it all to yourself. Because once again, you have that problem, you keep it all to yourself. What is the chance that it will be solved? Or very little. But if you talk to someone else that may have been there in your life, the chance of it being solved now becomes 50-50, because they may end up helping, they may not help. But let's assume that you also spoke to 5 people, as each of them said no. There is a chance that before you finish talking to those 5 persons, you may find help. So I love the fact that you had the courage to talk to a friend. What made you do that?
Okay, so I mean, when you have a dream and you want it achieved, you don't consider anything standing in your way as a form of limitation. So I mean, it's supposed to be your driving force in life. I want to achieve this thing. I don't have what it takes to achieve it, but I know A, B, or C, or D who can help me achieve it. You know, the worst the person will say to you is a no. If they say no, you go to the next person. As long as you know that those people have your interest at heart and they also want you to grow. You know, so a lot of people have different people in their corner and they cannot boast of those people being of help at the time when they need it the most. You understand? So if you have people in your corner that you know have your interest at heart and they are willing to help you grow to the level you want to go to, when you have a problem, you don't keep quiet. You tell them, this and this is what I want to do. The person might not even have the money to give you. The person might say, okay, I'm going to loan you this money. You will return it to me at the time. You know, the person can say, okay, I don't have this money, but I know this person who can give it to you. But the person is going to collect an interest. You know, but whatever you need to do to achieve your own dream and your own aspiration, it might be writing a mail, it can be crowdfunding, it can be talking to a friend, you know, it might be talking to your parents, it might be borrowing it. Eventually, when you achieve your goal and your dream, you know, the person can even say, don't worry about it. I'm glad you're able to make something better. The person can say, okay, I'm going to give you more time to return the cash. But don't just be quiet. As long as your dream is valid, as long as you have the right people in your corner, please go ahead and ask for help when it is necessary.
Yeah, when it's necessary. Yeah, the only thing I'm going to still add to that is, of course, people should make their inquiries. It's not that you go and collect money from somebody, you go and throw it into the river by using it to do something that is not going to work. And at the end of the day, you return to that place, it's going to be very annoying, right? You just come and collect money.
That's why. Sorry for cutting you, Dr. Linda. So when I approached this my friend, I didn't say, send the money to me. I looked for your own email address and account number and forwarded it to her, just so she knows that I'm not collecting that money, you know, for fun or to do something different. I said, forward this money to this person yourself, you know. So she knew that I was serious. She knew that I wasn't going to collect the money and use it for some other purposes. It was clear to her what I wanted to use it for. And I'm sure that's one of the reasons why she said, okay, let's go ahead with this.
Yeah, you see. And even you being mindful of that other person's feeling, how they are going to think, and to clear all doubt. It's an essential skill that not everybody has, right? Like somebody may come and be asking for money, especially if they've even asked you before and they've gone to use the money for something. That may just be the reason you say no. So you went the extra mile to ask, but you also, you know, you did your own research. Like look at what you were saying that, well, I just met this woman. Oh, I don't really know her, but thank God I met her through somebody else that I have probably been following for some time, which is on Money's page, right? Like, so those tiny things, they make a difference. Like, okay, let me give you an example. So somebody was messaging me recently, maybe yesterday or so. The person said, I've been following you on Instagram. And now this person wanted to sign up for Vantage Migration class, and the person messaged us on Facebook. So the question the person was asking, and I said, how long, I think, like, asking a question about scammer, all those kind of things. And I said, how long have you been following you? Because in my mind, in the email, the person mentioned, I've been following you on Instagram, right? But as I said, they say it on Facebook. In my mind, if you've been following me on Instagram, you've probably been seeing my live sessions, so many things. I also wanted to know, if the person say 1 week, me, I know that somebody that just started following me don't know so much. But if somebody say, I've been following you since last year, 12 months, no reach, make her convince you, say I'll be real. You know, like, I'll just know whether this person is serious or not. But I was trying to explain to the person that, see, you've been following me on Instagram. How come the day you, my Instagram page is verified, my Facebook page is not? Meaning there is a chance for somebody to message the wrong page on Facebook. Do you get what I mean?
On Facebook.
How come that you've been following my verified page on Instagram for more than a year? The day you now want to message me, is now in Facebook.
It's on Facebook.
You know, these are tiny things that can easily make somebody misstep. So the whole point is, it's always good to look at, okay, where have you been seeing this person? If you want to follow the page for some time, follow it, monitor it. It's not you want to follow this page tomorrow, you want to message them, you got to message a new page you met that day. You know, easy way to make mistake. If you have to email to verify things, email to verify things, but do whatever it is, because it will not be funny to collect money from somebody and go and hand it over to a fake person, or ends up in a fake page or something, you know. So it's good to be mindful of other people's resources, even if you're collecting it from them. Myself, I give the example of when I got my admission, I got full scholarship, but I still needed to pay my flight to go. To pay that flight, I had to collect money from this person, collect money from my sister. My husband found a cheap flight, you know, like I had to like collect. Just like you mentioned, most of the money I collected, I had to give them back the moment I arrived Canada and was able to access my scholarship, because most scholarships, they will do it in such a way that it's only when you have arrived that you get it.
Gotten here.
Yeah. So, anyway, to cut the long story short, do what you have to do to get your dream moving. Some people, they feel so weak. They say, may God do it now. We've been here for 2 years. Hey, you've been on your dream for 2 years without doing anything. Please, I want to be hearing, what did you do? Like, what have you done? Who have you spoken to? What have you tried to do to solve this problem? You know, not just like you
holding your hands and sitting down.
Yeah, not just like having that hands on.
And I also want to say that when you have dreams that you want to fulfill, I mean, take the step first. Even if somebody wants to help you, if you need 100,000 and you say, I've been able to source for 40,000, I'm looking for 60,000. It's easy for the person to say, okay, I'll give you my quota. Then you now go and meet the person that I don't have anything, I've been trying, I've been working, I've been doing this, So, I mean, go to the person with something, or make it, I've been able to contact this person, I've contacted that person. Let the person also see that you're making steps, actionable steps towards achieving your goal. Then the person will be willing to do more.
My dear, you know what it is? It's not flesh and blood that revealed this to you. These are excellent points that can make somebody successful or not successful. I hope that the person listening to us now will actually, learn from this, your advice. They are very, very good advice. So let me bring you back to I feel like, let's say, if somebody is in a situation or they've been in a situation before, they are much more likely to know what could be going on in the mind of the person in that situation right now. So specifically, I want you to I would like you to focus your advice today on stay-at-home moms, right? Like, if somebody is a stay-at-home mom thinking of traveling abroad, what do you think could be their biggest obstacle, and what do you advise them to do in order to overcome and be successful?
Okay. So I'm going to say this first. The person can be a stay-at-home mom and decide not to make any progress. Some people are comfortable being a stay-at-home mom and they don't want to do anything about it. Okay, that's one part of the story. But if you're a stay-at-home mom and you're ready to take a leap back into the workforce, for me, the major reason why I completely stopped working, like I said initially, was because I had multiple children and I needed to be with them, to be a part of their formative years and to get them to a level of independence before I go back to the workforce. And when I was considering the whole situation, I knew that, after that stage, if I want to go back to the workforce, it's been 7 years, since I left working. I know that the industry trends will have changed. I know that a lot of new things have happened. The world has become more, digitalized, a lot of information here and there, new knowledge everywhere. And I needed to catch on the train. I can't go back to the workforce with the old knowledge that I've had 7 years ago. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to upskill. So if you are in my shoes, you are a stay-at-home mom, you've not worked in a while, you stayed at home to take care of your kids or to care for a family member who's been ill, and you feel, time is against you and you cannot catch up again. That is not true. Once you have your dreams, first and foremost, I want to say that your dreams are valid. It's achievable. It is possible to achieve them. Just go after it, with the right information, with the right help. You can be all that you want to be. I mean, like I used to say to people, your life is not defined by motherhood alone. The way God created us, we are multifaceted human beings. Being a mother is just part of your life. Just like you are a mother, you are also a wife, you are also a sister, you're also a colleague, you're also a friend. Those are different expressions of your life, and you should be able to do well in all of it, irrespective of wherever stage you are at in. I am sorry for those who are not Christians on this platform right now. I'm just going to use this biblical example to explain what I'm talking about. Excuse me if you're not a Christian. I mean, no hassles at all about it. So in the Bible, there's this story of the prophet David. David was a psalmist. He was a warrior. He was a father. He was a friend. He was, a songwriter. He had so many expressions of his life. And the Bible still recorded David as a man after God's own heart. That means that you can do everything in different expressions of your life and still be successful. So motherhood is just a part of your life. There are other parts of your life that you should fulfill. Before you became a mom, you were somebody, an individual that had dreams and aspirations. And I encourage you today to pursue those dreams. It is valid, it is possible, it is achievable. Don't slack on it. Don't be stuck in a hard place. Don't say, I can't get out of here again. You can. It is not a dead end that you're a mother. You have to stop work for a particular time in your life to achieve or to care for some member of your family. You can be anything you want to be. Just take the leap. Take the leap of faith, step out. Just take one step. You might not be unsure of how, you might not know when, or you don't know how everything will come together, but it will eventually will. If you keep working at it, if you keep praying, if you keep getting the right information, you can. So, that's my advice for everyone today who's watching, maybe on live or who will later watch this broadcast. Take the step of the step of faith. Don't be stuck in a hard place. Don't see anything as insurmountable. All you need to do is to step out, one step at a time, with God and with the right people. You would be everything you should be. Thank you.
Wow. I seriously, in my head, I did not even see this advice going this way. That's why I said, when somebody has been through a situation, they know what is like the challenge that the person in that situation is facing. Some of the things I picked from your last comment was one, sometimes when we say stay at home mom, it's like, only you go stay for house like this, you know, green work again. You know, like there's that judgment that can almost be applied to it. But you know, you raise the point that, especially for a woman, let's say you give birth to 1, 2, 3 children, you know, now there's so much work to do. They have to go to school, you have to pick them up, food, bring up, sick, do so many things that even if you're working in a place, you may actually find yourself like, especially for a regular job where you have to wake up in the morning, go to that place, come back late. Oh, it's going to be a lot to handle, you know. So because of this, a lot of mom actually choose to stay at home with their children at that time and be there for them. And sometimes, you know, at least throughout that their formative years. So as of the time you stop versus the time you are going back to the workforce, maybe even your last baby may be 5 years old already or something, you know, something in that range. Or so now they're like stronger. It's no longer like a baby that you have to carry all the time. But that same mom ends up being like running into a hitch because you want to return to the workforce, but the workforce of today is no longer the workforce of yesterday when you left. And that can be a huge obstacle because they may even apply for a job. And when they get to the workplace, they feel out of place. Because when they used to use this type of computer, now everybody's sending emails. Did you see the email? Like, you're like, what's going on here? This didn't used to be the trend. So I'm so happy that your advice today is able to advise somebody in that situation, because it will really hit them at that obstacle where they are, should I say, at the point of their obstacle, and be able to, you know, lift the person, but also giving clarity to a lot of other people that it's not, stay-at-home mom doesn't just mean one lazy woman, you know, out there. It's somebody who, you know, there are a lot of things that comes to one in life that will make you to make the choices you make. And so oftentimes good choices to care for the children and bring them up, that's a worthy thing to do. But does it mean that life has ended for that person? Does it mean that the person cannot go back into the workforce? No, they can still go back into the workforce. And you are here setting a very awesome example, which is, it is natural that the workforce you left 7 to 10 years ago is not the same workforce of today. But if you now insist on just going back to that workforce anyhow, you may still be facing some challenges. One of the things you did now is study. By going back to school, it's like you're upgrading yourself to match, like in your case now, match the broad standard of HR of today. If you are returning to that workforce, you're getting the next job. You will just see yourself HR manager in one big organization, right? Meanwhile, somebody else who did not have that idea of returning back to school, even before going to take the next job, they may still be hooked. So this is also a very good example for any stay-at-home mom watching us right now, that instead of struggling and trying, people are calling you for job, but they don't end up hiring you because they feel like it's long since you left school. You can just, it is very possible for that person to go back, say for a master's or even a PhD in the area that they really want to go into, and that will just catapult them into the workforce, even with extra advantage. Plus, the person can use it as a relocation plan. So it's like double or triple benefits in just one act. Wow. Amazing. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for putting in all the good work too. I mean, anyone who who attends the free masterclass would definitely, I don't know why you will not be interested in joining, you know, the bigger picture after listening to, there were a lot of details. I was just like, wow. There are a lot of things I also picked up from the program, a lot. Finance, apply board, you know, there's so many things that you could learn and will help you in the process of, you know, getting admitted into any school of your choice, you know, depending on how you are able to distill the information you hear and apply it in the right way. Yeah.
Thank you so much, and wishing you the best in Canada.
Thank you. Thank you. If I ever find myself in Ontario, I'll give you a call. I mean, it would be nice to see you physically and in person, you know, just to hug the smiling Dr. Linda.
Okay. Oh, I'll be arranging my face now to make it more serious. Oh, it's
Thank
all
you
right.
so much.
Thank you. No problem. Wishing you the best. Many more open doors. God continue to
Amen.
bless you for being an
Amen.
inspiration to others as well.
Amen. 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 Thank you so much. And it was nice, hanging out with you on this live session.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
You see, it went well, eh? It
Bye.
went well. Last.
Yes, you did. You did.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. You can exit. No problem. I'll close up.
Okay.
Wow, thank you so much, everyone, for joining this particular session. Hope you enjoyed it. Oh my God, there were so many things to take away. She's, like she has all the energy, all the right things to say. Even me, I'm motivated. Oh my God. And I know that if you are on this session right now, watching us, and you will stay at home mom, you've seen a hero, huh? So there's nothing that will stop you from being motivated right now. Not motivated like, hey, you can do it, you can do it. This is somebody who have at home and who is now transitioning back into the workforce. Imagine her finishing her HR, being a Canada trained HR personnel, going back into the workforce. You see, you can imagine what her job would be and how fat her salary will be, earning in dollars. So this is very possible. I'm really amazed and happy and excited for all stay-at-home moms that are watching this right now. Do it. You can do just like Shabdo. You can do better. You can do more. There's no limitation at all. I know. One thing people usually do is that when you say, yes, so I had a 10 to 11 year study gap, somebody will not say, my own gap is 15 years. Does this still work for me? Please don't try that. Don't try it. Don't come in boss asking me that question, because I know like normal 10 people will come and ask you that kind of question. Even if your own study gap is 30 years, you put your feet into the water, get started. That's how you will know whether it will work for you. It's not by coming to ask Dr. Linda, her own study gap was 10 years. My own is 15. Will it work for me? That's not how it works. Because I'm sure yesterday you also heard somebody who said 5 years study gap and you thought your own was 7. Will it work for you? Now you hear 10. Those that their own is 15 or 12, they will come and start questioning me. Please, Edjo, I beg. I don't want to answer that question. The point is, if you have study gap, this is still possible. There are ways. There are ways to arrange your document. There are ways to do things. If you could understand what the admission committee is looking for, it will make it easier for you to please them. Think of it that way. So stop worrying and start doing. Action. That's what I always say. Anyways, having said that, let me give you one assignment. The assignment I'm giving to you today is, do you know any stay-at-home mom around you who has been feeling tired, feeling out of place, wondering how she's going to start life again, feeling down, thinking that giving birth was the wrong thing she did because now she's out of the workforce, she doesn't have money, blah, 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 blah. If you have any of such persons, copy the link to this video and send to them. You will bless their life. Don't you think so? Copy the link to this video and send to them. All right. So today Adebimpe is in Canada, and she is, living her best life. And there is more for her. There is more to come for her and her family and everything. So you can do the same. Save a woman's life by copying the link to this video and sending it to a stay-at-home mom. Anybody who is a stay-at-home mom that you know of, copy the link to this video and send to them. All right. Again, my name is Dr. Linda Iheme. I'm sure you know. I'm also an educational consultant. Myself and my team, we train graduates and professionals who want to relocate abroad. We train them on how to do that successfully via the study abroad route. Okay, I know some people are asking me for some link. Okay, so we do that by teaching them how to relocate abroad via the study abroad route. Okay, so if there's something I want you to remember, that's what I want you to remember. And now, the good thing is that, let me show you some of the things. So if you are looking at, when she was talking about webinar, if you want to attend our webinar, let's say you listen to this, let's say you're a stay-at-home mom, you watch this video, you bumped on this video, but you want to know how to actually get started. What should you do? I'm going to show you. So one of the things you can do is that you can actually go attend our, one moment, let me fix my phone. You can actually go attend our study abroad webinar. I'm going to show you. So you can go to www.vantagemigration.ca. all right, www.vantagemigration.ca. You can go there to attend our free webinar. All right, it's a free webinar, free study abroad webinar, and it will explain to you the process, what to do next, how I myself did mine, other people have done theirs. You will learn a lot. Let me tell you again, you can take a screenshot, okay? You can take a screenshot of the website so that you're able to access it. Go to www.vantagemigration.ca. Okay, take a screenshot right away. So with that, you'll be able to start on your study abroad journey. Now, if you finish the webinar, what do you do next? By the way, in the webinar, we're going to show you all the steps and how to go about it next, right? But let's say you finish that webinar and you still have questions. What do? You can chat us inbox on Instagram. All right, you can chat me inbox on Instagram at Dr. Linda Iheme. It's a verified page. That's why I'm sending you to this place. Don't go to any other place. Some people would tell me, I saw somebody claiming to be you on WhatsApp. Are you on WhatsApp? I'm not on WhatsApp. Somebody would say, I saw somebody claiming to be you, blah, 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 nonsense. That's not the point. Chat me on Instagram, because why? Our Instagram is a verified page, okay? Because it's a verified page, you will actually be able to see it, and it will stand out from any other page on social media. Chat us on Instagram. Chat us on Instagram. We'll inbox, not on the page. Inbox. We'll be able to answer the question you have. Let's assume that you remember the webinar, but you don't remember the link. Chat us inbox. We'll be able to send you the link, right? So if you have any question, I advise you to attend the webinar first, because even if you come inbox, you're asking me, I'm going to still send you back to the webinar. So complete the webinar, then chat me on where? Chat me on Instagram at Dr. Linda Iheme. At Dr. Linda Iheme, okay? So, my dear, this is what we do, and we are here to support you to make this happen. Don't keep waiting. Don't keep waiting. Years are going by. You are doing the exact same thing you did last year and you did 2 years ago. It still did not work then. What makes you think it's going to work this time? Get trained. All right? So, take good care of yourself till I see you again. Bye.